Good evening, Colombo City Centre. You all are joining us live for the Red Bull River Runes 1 vs 1 Dota 2 Championship, and we are just getting into the final bracket. And I have the first two contestants of the final bracket. It's going to be Deathwish from Zyphos Esports taking on Hella from PNX. And first off, I'm going to have a chat with both players. What's the preparation? What do you think your chances are against Hella?
I actually didn't practice well, but this tournament is really weird. All the top players are already out. I think it's based upon the hero you get, according to the comfort hero you are, and luck actually.
So you're still, after playing a couple of games today, you're still under the impression that luck plays a factor in the game?
I think the hero you get plays a major factor to win the game, because it's random, right? That's why.
Okay, other than that, you need to tell me something. Do you think, now you already know your heroes, it's going to be an Ember spread. What are your chances? How good are you on the hero, and how do you think you'll match up against Hella's Ember?
Barely played Ember, but let's see how it goes.
Okay, so next up, we have Hella from PNX. Same question. How do you think you will fare against Deathwish?
I mean, of course, he's a well-known player, but at the same time, I think I might have the upper hand here because I played like 2 or 3 times with Ember. Let's see, it's a 50-50 chance, so let's see how it goes.
So, if I'm not mistaken, you have more experience in Dota over Deathwish. If I'm not mistaken, you have been playing since Dota 1 days, quite some time. Do you think it will play a huge factor in the matchup?
I mean, with Ember now, since it's an Ember pick, it'll be really, extremely hard. I don't know. It's like, let's see how it goes. Thank you.
One final question. So, Deathwish mentioned that some of the top players in the country are out. Do you think, realizing that the top players do not perform as well in this format, do you think you can take home the title?
I mean, I don't know. There are still like a lot of more players, the best players, like Sarth and Panda. There are a lot more players like that. So, and as Despi said, this, random is really a huge factor here. So, I hope to win. I don't know. Just 3rd place would do.
Anyhow, man, best of luck for both of you. Hope you'll give us a good fight and an entertaining match to watch. So stay tuned, guys. The first match of the final bracket, Deathwish from Zyphos taking on Hella from PNX, will be live shortly. So do not go anywhere. We are going to be live on Facebook as well as obviously here at the Colombo City Centre. What a lovely venue. And of course, a shout out to our partners, Gamer.lk, as well as SLT, the #1 broadband service provider in the country. And hats off to Red Bull for organizing such a tournament where people can show off their skills and experience, I think. Where experience plays a huge part in this tournament, because you need to know the hero pool to be able to match up against the other player. So anyhow, we will be getting into the match shortly, so do not go anywhere.
You paused it again.
Good evening, guys. So we are just about to start the first match of the final bracket here at Red Bull River Runes Dota 2 1 vs 1 Championship at Colombo City Center, and it is going to be Deathwish representing Zyphos Esports taking on Hella from PNX, and it is going to be a Ember versus Ember matchup. So joining me on the cast is going to be Abdul. Nightblade, what's up, man?
Hey man, and this looks like an interesting match. We haven't had Ember Spirit versus Ember Spirit yet, so let's see what new things players can come up with here. In the interview, when I was listening to your interview just a while ago, Hella said that he's pretty comfortable with the hero, so he's pretty confident that he can do well against Deathwish, is what he said. So how do you think this matchup is gonna go?
I think you sell Blink Dagger.
Okay.
Okay, because Ember doesn't have a problem in gap closing.
Yeah, it's true.
And even if he cannot use Remnants, he has a slide of fist to Sharing Chain. You don't need to blink right up next to him.
Yeah.
And even otherwise, I think Flame Guard, both using Flame Guard will negate each other. Doesn't do a lot.
Yeah.
If they're going for the magical build, first round to get a cloak might have the bigger chance.
Yeah, cloak or maybe if even if you go
braces.
I think the braces build might be better here. I mean, having a stout shield I think is very necessary, since you're gonna right click the opponent and you're gonna take a lot of damage from creeps. But as you can see, Deathwish has gone for the Ring of Health and cloak instead of getting a stout shield. I don't mind this. I think this is pretty nice, but I like the stout shield a little more than the cloak, especially at the early levels. I think the stout shield will protect you from more damage against creeps. And Hella has gone for, he kept the Blink Dagger, he didn't sell it, and he went double Gauntlet.
I think the only time the Blink Dagger comes into play in a matchup like this is if you really want to fight for a rune and you don't want to waste one of your Remnant charges going in, because Remnants do a lot when you combine all three. So
That's true. It does a lot of burst damage, and we see both Ember Spirits have kept, I'm not sure whose spirit it is, to be honest.
So it's Hella who's going to get lucky with the rune. He picks
Yeah.
up a double damage rune, which was spotted out by Deathwish, so he's going to be playing a little bit more careful until the DD runs out.
Yeah, I mean, anyway, when they start right-clicking in lane, they can just, click him and check. And now Deathwish is going to realize that Hella does not have a stout shield. He has kept his Blink Dagger as well. And Deathwish kind of has a little bit more armor as well, since he has Aquila. So, we see
Blinken with the Searing Chains not latching on, and the Searing Chains from Deathwish also not connecting there. So the mistake there was Deathwish should have held on to the Searing Chains because he had already missed it.
Yeah.
And he still has it. Searing Chains is going to be used and holding Deathwish in place. So what he should have done is held on to the Searing Chains, just followed the Ember, because he has one extra skill over the other player at that point, and it would have been a close call there.
I actually don't mind that move by Hella, because he already has the rune and he has the DD rune, so he'll know he just wanted to use his mana at the beginning just so he can, make Deathwish use.
Searing Chains is going to be used with the DD, doing a lot of damage onto Deathwish. He needs to be careful.
Yeah, Deathwish needs to be really careful. I don't think he can even approach the lane, especially when he has a DD like this and he has the lane creep advantage and everything. So Deathwish, he does not have any, he has the bottle, so
He completed his hood as well.
yeah, I think Hella has he has the opportunity to get the next rune as well after this creep wave, because Deathwish's lane is pushed in quite a bit.
He's actually going to go on Hella. Hella uses his Searing Chain as well. Deathwish does have the hood. I'm not sure why he did not press the issue, because he does have the upper hand here. But I think he's a little bit low on mana to try and go for the kill.
Yeah, no,
so
I think it really should have gone there.
Yeah.
Like, he had enough HP and he had mana as well. I mean, he had mana for one Searing Change, which is enough, and he could escape as well with another Fire Remnant. He had enough mana. So we see Hella actually looking for the rune and not finding it. There should be a rune in the next few seconds here, and we'll see. I think Deathwish has kept his Remnant up and Hella has kept his Remnant down. So
Yeah.
Hella is gonna get the rune here. It's gonna be in
That's a good advantage to him, because Deathwish is not going to have a lot of mana to deal with. And he will probably have to ferry Mango. I don't think Clarity is the best option in this matchup.
Yeah, to be honest, Deathwish has been using his mana pretty well. Like, even he could have used Searing Chains before, but he opted to save his mana. And with the Aquila, he actually does get quite a bit of mana regen. So it's not that bad. Like, all this time he never used the bottle charge so far. So I mean, he's doing pretty well in his lane. Hella has to use a lot of regen. So Hella is actually
Can go for this. I'm not sure why Deathwish didn't go for the kill there.
I don't think it would have been a kill, especially because he used his fire shield. But
Yeah.
now that it's on cooldown, as soon as this times out, Deathwish has the opportunity to go on him, because then he won't be able to negate any of the magic damage. I think that's what Deathwish's plan is. I mean, that would be a pretty smart plan. Just bait out the...
Oh, the Searing Chain misses completely. This is the thing, he should just chase after him. Using the Searing Chains prematurely is not going to help.
I mean, they've been so unlucky the entire game. Both players have used Searing Chain and it's only hit creeps most of the time. So it's pretty unlucky for them as well. So
I think they just need more patience there, because Deathish realized that Hela did not have the fire shield. He just chased after him and then used the Searing Chain because he was running out and he couldn't stay under the fire shield because he did not have his own fire shield up. So just very premature. Deathish, this is the second time that he did that. So 2 mistakes. And now Hela is actually become very aggressive. Searing Chain misses. He Remnant Sword gets the Searing Chains off on Deathish. Deathish needs to be careful. He does have the hood. If he wants to use it, he's going to bottle up. And he's going to be okay. He still has 2 more bottle charges left. So he's okay.
yeah, I mean, he does a lot. He has a lot more armor and he has the hood too. And Hela doesn't have anything to protect him against most of what Deathwish has. So Deathwish always wins the trade battle whenever they start trading. And that's a really good sign for Deathwish. Deathwish, they might be getting a rune. He's a DD rune and Hela gets it because of the Blink Dagger. And let's see if
He's
Hela...
trying to go.
Oh,
I think Deathish should have fought him there.
well,
Even with the DD, like he does not have the attack speed to do anything with the DD. He would take 1 2 right clicks off. You can use your Fire Remnant and use Searing Chain to chain him in place for the duration, and then when he fights, he on his hood. And by the time the
Flame
DD
Guard.
runs out,
Alright.
he's going to have triple Remnant into him.
I mean, I think he could have baited DD for sure there. He could have baited the DD, made him use the DD, and then, you know, just zipped away. Like, just been like, hey, you use your DD, you can't really use it in lane for that much longer. And then that would have been a good bait by Deathwish, but instead he doesn't push the issue and Hela still has his DD. Hela is playing a lot more aggressive in the lane too. I think he's aiming to try and finish this early since he did go double brace as well. But since Deathwish has itemized actually pretty well against this, he's itemized pretty defensively. So he's just looking to try and get ahead by farm and maybe out-tank the Hela a little bit.
What's the losses look like right now?
So it's pretty even. So, I mean, usually we don't... You have to wait until 5 minutes came and now
It's going to be a Blade Mail.
Yeah.
He goes in for the Searing Chain. Deathish does not have the Fireman. He uses the Blade Mail. For the time being, he does have the hood as well. I'm not sure why he didn't use it at that time. That was a lot of damage. So DD rune popped by Hela here as well. Oh.
Deathwish missing his chains over there. Hela winning that skirmish over there. Deathwish?
Got a salve. He's trying to go in for the threads now.
Yeah, I think he used chain again for no reason, but yeah, a misplay by him. He's missing quite a bit of mana right now. So he won't be able to get his full combo off. He only has 200 mana. He won't be able to use any more Fire Remnants if he uses that mana. So this DD by Hela has been popped. He's gonna... I mean, he's been popped a while ago actually. I didn't notice it, but he's gonna be able
He
to...
used it when he went on Deathish there.
Right. And then, I mean, he got a little bit of... he made him use his mana, I guess, but nothing much other than that.
So Deathish finally manages to pick up a rune.
Yeah, he opts to... I mean, Hela was pushing the lane, so that was a good call by Deathwish to just go because he didn't miss any CS here, and he went and got the rune as well. So well played by Deathwish. They're realizing that Hela is pushing the lane, so he had the freedom to go get the rune. Seems like a pretty passive match so far. Hela tried to be aggressive, but Deathwish has had the items to negate most of the damage.
Oh, this is really good Searing Chain, but the tower did aggro into Hela here.
I think Deathwish can straight up man fight him.
I'm not sure why Deathish, he had a lot of kill opportunities in this game, but he hasn't gone for it.
He hasn't gone for them, yeah. He had
Probably he's
haste
not
as well.
comfortable.
I'm a bit questionable by Deathwish. He could have really easily killed him because he can see his items and he knows that he doesn't have any magic resistance. He doesn't have that much armor. He just has 2 bracers and...
Oh, he's actually going to go in. He gets the Searing Chains off as well. Hela in a lot of trouble. And it is going to be first blood. Deathwish with that mango, I think he got a mango. He just had enough mana, I think. Oh, he had bottle charges, okay.
Yeah, and he had a mango, you're right. He did get a mango down. And Deathwish does secure the first kill here. He hastes back to base to try and regen up. I think that's a decent... He should have kept a Remnant, obviously, but...
Remnant TP back home and come back onto
just
the
Remnant TP home, but it's okay. He's a little bit unexperienced when he plays Ember, but it's alright. He's winning the game so far. And Hela comes back. He does get a few creeps since Deathwish isn't there, but he's still behind right now. Deathwish being level 11, 1 level ahead of Hela. But Hela is almost catching up, so let's see. how it turns out after this. Deathwish looks like he's in a really good spot here since he does have the hood and the Ring of Aquila here. It's helping him quite a bit in these situations where they have to man fight because Deathwish is just not losing HP, as you can see.
Yeah, the hood is keeping him very strong. Serin misses, but he should be okay. They are both still holding on to that flame guard. They are going to go in for the rune. Deathwish again getting lucky there. So Hela getting the first 2 runes, and now Deathwish seems to be getting all the runes right now.
Third DD rune this game. Oh god.
River runes.
River runes, man. Third DD rune in this game.
But have you seen any of these players going for bounties?
No.
Oh, Blade Mail gets for Deathwish. He needs to be careful, but he does have a DD, so he can't attack during this time. Blade Mail, Deathwish can go.
Opts not to dive the tower.
I mean, bottle up, he can go for it now. Serin, he does use the Serin. Deathwish needs to be a bit careful though. He has the DD rune, and Hela is going to be in a little bit of trouble here. One more right click. Oh, the Serin misses, and Deathwish manages to get back with the Remnant.
Yeah. So that was, I mean, Deathwish could have done that a lot earlier, and he could have actually gotten the Searing Chains off and actually done a lot of damage and chased him on the tower and done all that without the creeps being there, and he would have got the second Searing Chains off then. But instead, he hesitated for a little bit too long, and then Hela was able to dodge the Searing Chain, not dodge the Searing Chains, but get lucky with the Searing Chains and survive that. So Hela just looking for the runes now. It's 10 minutes, so I think they get another item.
Yeah, at 10-minute mark, they do get another item, and at the 50-minute mark, it's Divine Rapier.
Yeah. But it looks like the inventories are full, and so far, I think when your inventory is full, you don't get a free item. So I hope they're
no.
aware
So
of
if you have a backpack slot, you still get it.
Okay. Let's see how it works out here.
So Deathwish is looking to push the tier 1 tower. Hela needs to be aware of this. He might use the glyph here. He's still holding on to it.
No, there's no card. I don't think the tower is going to fall for sure. He's going to keep it back, and Hela just going to come back pretty fast. He does have an Aquila now, but he still takes a lot of magic damage from Deathwish since he doesn't have the hood like Deathwish does. And Deathwish, going to be a bit of a
Going
skirmish
to use the Flame Guard there, trying to run Deathwish down, but Hela.
Oh, that doesn't do anything.
Oh, Aghanim Scepter doesn't really do anything, but other than the stats, Deathwish needs to be careful.
Yeah, the stats actually help quite a bit.
Hela? Was he looking to go on Deathwish there?
I mean, he had a Blink Dagger. He could easily catch up to him. But Hela opts to go bot. Looking for the rune here. Gets the rune. It's going to be an illusion rune. And Deathwish gets drums. I actually like drums. Drums is pretty nice. He makes him more tanky, but doesn't give him that much damage. But I can understand going drums right now. You get more attack speed. You can use drum charge, especially when you're fighting like Hela's fighting all the time. He has 1,244 HP, whereas Hela has more HP, but I think effective HP on Deathwish is much higher just because of the Hood of Defense.
Yeah, for sure, because Deathwish is not going to be taking that much damage from Hela during those flame guards. Searing Chains not touching onto Hela. Hela trying to use the Searing Chains as well. Again, missing on Deathwish. Did not expect the Slide of Fist to last that long, but there was a huge creep wave there, and Deathwish was able to basically not get hit by the Searing Chains just because the Slide of Fist took so long.
Yeah, it looks like this is going to be an interesting match. It might even go to a Divine Rapier, and when you get the Divine Rapier on Ember Spirit, I mean, you can use the second skill, and after that, it's, I don't know.
Oh, Deathwish looking to go in. Blade Mail popped.
Oh, Deathwish has the Crystallis as well.
Deathwish is pretty farmed right now.
Yeah, he is. So Deathwish with the Crystallis, drums, Blade Mail, Aquila, and
The
Hood.
Searing Chains actually hits during that Flame Guard, and now Flame Guard is going to get popped by Hela. Hela needs to be careful though.
I don't understand why he didn't prop drums there and just go on him.
Hela goes in, uses the Searing Chains, holding Deathwish in place with that Flame Guard, doing quite a bit of damage, and Hela is going to be tipping back into base to regen
Deathwish
up.
did have a ward. He saw that. He could have cancelled that.
Oh, Hela is back after regening the Searing. Both players are very, regen rune, and the Searing Chains misses completely. And Deathwish is in a little bit of trouble here. Pops the Blade Mail. Hela opting not to go in.
Yeah, Hela going for the Maelstrom build. And I don't like this Maelstrom build because it's magic damage. It does less against the Hood of Defense, the Hood. I don't like this Maelstrom pickup by Hela, but I mean.
Oh, Hela goes in on Deathwish. Deathwish needs to be careful.
Or was that the 10 minute? No, right? Was that 10 minute?
No.
No. He sold Aghanims, I think, right? Yeah. Oh, and
Deathwish needs to be careful. Pops the Blade Mail. Hela trying to go in. Remnants forward. Tries to go in and he does get the kill on
Nice.
Deathish. So it's 1-1. Even matchup right now between the two. And
Yeah.
Hella coming back. Deathish just not keeping his HP up there like we
Yeah,
spoke
yeah,
about region there being too low. And Hella having gone back to base and coming back had full mana and bottle charges to contest that.
Yeah, and Deathwish did not refill his bottle because he didn't put it into his backpack. So there's that. And
Something that I realized, both players have been having very trigger-happy fingers.
Yeah.
The way that they have been using. Oh, Deathish gets lost to the road. He needs to be careful. Blade Mail gets spot, but the Hella doing quite a bit of damage. Uses here and misses, and Hella Remnant's fall, but does not catch him out.
Deathwish on low HP here. He has to be careful right now. If he goes back to the creep wave, he can die immediately. Especially because with the blink dagger from Hella. Hella can easily dive this. Let's see if he does.
He got hit by, he does have the blink
Yeah.
coming out. Might, no, he actually holding on. He actually uses Mango, so he does
Yeah.
have a little bit of mana to work
I
with
think he should
than
have
Deathish.
gone in there for sure. I mean, he knew Deathwish used all of his spells and all of them were all cooldown. If he just jumped in there and just hit him a few times, I think he would have got the kill for sure. I mean, Maelstrom would have done damage because he doesn't have Flame Guard up. So,
Again, Deathish expending a lot of mana trying to get Searing Chains off. Hella goes in onto Deathish. Deathish in a lot of trouble. He does not have a Remnant out and he's going to go down. And that is Hella taking the first match against Deathwish. And Hella will be moving forward to face off against the winner of Devastine versus Deathpack's. I forgot the name. I'm really sorry. But yeah, he will be facing the winner of that second round match. And Hella will be moving forward while Deathish will get knocked out of the tournament. So I think both players made quite a few mistakes in that game.
yeah.
I think Deathish had a really good multiple opportunities to
Yeah,
kill Hella,
yeah,
but
he
did not
did.
make use of it probably because he does not know the strength and weaknesses of the hero.
Yeah, yeah.
That's where experience I think comes into play a lot in this tournament.
Sure.
So nevertheless, we will be back shortly with game number 2 of this final bracket. Y'all are joining us for the Red Bull River Runs to the 1 vs 1 Dota 2 Championship here at the Colombo City Center. And of course, for everyone taking pictures, make sure to post it on social media with the hashtag Red Bull River Runs. And stay tuned for more action-packed gaming with us. See you guys soon.
the best esports experience for the youth. SLT Esports Championship 2018. With the #1 fastest broadband network, Sri Lanka Telecom, enriched with 100 megabits per second. From the 2nd to the 4th of November at the Infotel exhibition premises at the PMICH. SLT Esports Championship 2018.
Hi, Max. Hello, Jorge. Nice to meet you.
Yeah, nice to see you.
Welcome. How you feeling?
Very good. I just arrived in Mexico, so cool setup.
Come on. Okay, welcome. Come on. This is the jab. It's very important. It's the first punch. Jab, jab, never down. Jab, jab. Okay. Yeah. 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 No, it's technique. It's slow.
Two hands.
Slow. Yes. Perfect. Yes. Okay.
Okay, no pressure.
Okay. Come on. Excellent. Yeah. Your hand.
Up.
Back. Yes. Never is close. Never is down. Never.
Yeah.
Front. Okay. Back. It's the same for this.
Yeah.
Back. Yes. Front. Yes. Front. Back. Yes.
Yeah. It's okay.
Nice. Come on. Okay. 1, 2.
Okay.
Yeah, nice. Jump. 2 jump. Bang. Nice. Excellent. Jump. Right hand. Jump. 2 jump. Bang. Right hand. Nice. Excellent. Nice. Bang. 3 punches. 3. Right, left, right. Pega fuerte. Tienes su mano derecha pesada. Muchas gracias. Appreciate it. Enjoy.
Yeah. Thank you. Thank you for the lessons.
Good luck, you. Right?
Yeah.
God bless you, man. Your hand is heavy. It's
Good.
It's good.
I need to practice a little bit more. Maybe I come.
Maybe practice. Yes. Champion.
Okay, I'm out.
Anupama came out on top, and he's facing Crimjaw now. Crim, he's one of the he's okay mid. He used to play a lot of mid back when he was I can't remember the team's name, but he used to play a good invoker, I remember. So hopefully he gets one of the heroes he's comfortable playing. And right now they have to random. So let's see the two heroes they might play. Oh, Weaver and Medusa. So it might be a Weaver here or a Medusa, and I really don't want to see a Medusa versus a Medusa. That game would be pretty boring to watch, and I don't think anybody wants to watch that game, but let's see what it is in the end. What will it be? It looks like it's gonna be a Medusa. So Medusa versus Medusa in the playoff game. Anupama versus Crimjaw. So we'll see Anupama on the dire side and Crimjaw on the Radiant. Yeah. And right now, I really don't think they're gonna keep their Blink Daggers. So yeah, Anupama immediately sells the Blink Dagger, buys 2 Bracers, which I agree with. I think is a good choice. And Crimjaw opting to keep the Blink Dagger, I'm not too sure. Let's see what he does with this. He opts to keep the Blink Dagger. Is he gonna sell it now? Because the Blink Dagger won't help him too much, especially in this game. And he opts to keep the Blink Dagger. So, oh, is he going back to sell it? Nope. It looks like he's gonna keep the Blink Dagger here. And Anupama not going any levels in split shot, just getting the Snake and the Mana Shield, as well as Crimjaw. Crimjaw going back to sell the Blink Dagger, a wise decision. And he goes to pick up the Aquila. So an Aquila, a bottle, a few salves, and he's looking for another Wraith Band, maybe to get a Windlace, a Dragon Lance later, and to make it into a Hurricane Pike. And meanwhile, Anupama sells the Wraith Band, the Bracer, and buys the other Bracer and buys a Ring of Aquila. So right now, I think the build favors Anupama here. He's a bit more tankier, and yeah, I think that'll. If they ever man fight, which I don't think they will, it's gonna be in Anupama's favor here. So right now, we're just gonna see the two of them look for the runes, and both of them running towards the rune bot. Looks like Crimjaw, so looks like it's gonna be a CS battle, and who uses Snake better. So we see Anupama just spam Snake at the start of the game, and it hits. Same for Crimjaw. There's gonna be a lot of Snake spamming from the two of them. I don't think it's gonna be aggressive at all for a good 5 minutes. Maybe at the Divine Rapier mark, it's gonna be, there'll be a game at the 15-minute mark. But so far, so good. And I might get a Snakes, someone's shield, and did he switch off?
No, his shield was off anyway, so he took a lot of damage.
Okay, why would you ever switch off shield though? When you're tanking creeps, I don't know.
Mana conservation?
Sure, let's say mana conservation, right? Maybe that could be a tactic, but in the end, I think Anupama is. Oh, they're actually pretty even in the last sets right now.
Oh, lucky bounce there coming out for Anupama, and looks like Krim is going to miss his Snake, and looks like Anupama is going to start doing a decent amount of damage to Krim here. Going to have to tank one shot there, but he actually turns it off, so he doesn't want to lose mana. Yeah. He does have a decent amount of regen with him, so he should be fine. Yes.
Right, and back to the game here. We don't see either of them picking up any new item. Just seems like, oh, there might be a man fight here, but or lady fight. Okay, yeah.
Snake fight?
Snake fight, sure. Snake lady fight. And this is gonna be boring. However you put it, you can't really do much about it. It's Medusa versus Medusa. Just gonna be a bunch of snakes until somebody gets a good item, or maybe the 5-minute rune is gonna drop Diffusal Blade. And it's gonna burn some mana, I don't know.
The thing is, even if it's Diffuser Blade, both people get the Diffuser Blade, so
yeah,
then it just becomes like an anti-mage versus anti-mage.
At least it's faster then.
It's still super weird, to be honest.
It is pretty weird, and it looks like the 5 minutes are almost up, and they are gonna get an item pretty soon here.
So just to clarify to those of you watching the game, Glyph of Fortification is allowed. So you can definitely use that if you want to fortify your creeps, I believe. So Anyway, back to the CS battle.
Yeah, and we see phase boost being picked up by Anupama. That would help him a lot, especially in CSing. But I mean, you don't have that much of trouble CSing with Medusa because you're not against some mid laner that has a better animation than you, even though you're a shitty one. Both of you have a shitty animation, so.
Weirdly enough,
Should
both
be fine.
players actually get Dragon Lance at 5 minutes. This is pretty interesting.
Yeah. What would you have gone?
No, I mean for 5 minutes they got. Dragon Lance.
Yeah. Oh, right. Okay, so. Right. My bad.
So that is definitely going to help. I mean,
Yeah.
as you can see, Anupama, just from outside tower range, is managing to do a decent amount of damage onto the tower there, and I think that's definitely going to be the way this game goes. So he's going to try and tank, so this siege creep can do a decent amount of damage.
Yeah.
So I think just a small pause to check on if everything is okay. G is the call, so looks like they're ready to go.
I think, as you said at the beginning, this is probably going to be a tower game. It's either going to be a tower game or they're going to hit each other with divines. So, you think any of them will go Meteor Hammer? No, right?
No, I don't think so. I think it will be really bad. I think you just
Go
build your items based on the fact that you'll be getting a Divine Rapier at 15
Yeah, and
minutes.
especially with this Dragon Lance that they already got. Krim is actually pretty close to his Hurricane Pike if he wants to go Hurricane Pike. It could be pretty good against it with the Divine Rapier later.
So funny enough, both Medusa's actually out of mana, but looks like Anupama is gonna get free tower damage. He's doing the smart thing here, pushing out the wave and trying to get as much damage as possible on the tower here, and it's definitely he's slowly chipping away at it. He's already like quarter health of it is already gone, and he is picking up a double damage as well. So this is definitely gonna help.
Yeah.
So Krim needs to get some mana and start counter pushing when Anupama pushes as well.
I mean, with this DD, he can just end it. I think very soon.
I mean, he can probably fortify this, fortify this, and then use the double damage to start hitting, and then maybe force Krim to use his fortification as well.
Yeah, I mean, Krim cannot approach Anupama right now. Anupama can probably hit the tower from the edge of the tower range and not really care about Krim since he does not have mana or HP, but he opts not to. Goes back, just decides to play it safer.
I mean, the DD is still there, and this is going to be another this thing, so he should definitely fortify this, and he can do a lot of damage, but Glyph should be used probably pretty soon. Needs to be used very soon, otherwise there's going to be a lot of problems. And Anupama is not even afraid, he's going to stand and just start hitting that tower with the double damage, and Krim still opting not to use his Glyph fortification, but looks like Anupama is in total control at the moment.
Yeah, I mean, he's playing the lane correctly, I think. He's just pushing out the lane faster than Krim is. Krim is not even approaching the wave. He should have bought regen, and he should have healed up, and then he should have contested Anupama, so he should have pushed the lane faster than Anupama pushed his, if he wanted to gain control back of the game. But because he didn't do that, Anupama was able to just hit the tower.
I mean, as you can see, it's already getting really low. He's not going to use the Glyph of fortification. Okay, finally, he has to use it now, but still Krim with no mana, suffering pretty badly at the moment.
I mean, Anupama can just walk up to the tower right now and just hit it.
I mean, he has 2 lives to do it, so it doesn't really matter. So
Krim denies the tower.
Krim denies the tower. So knowing that the game is pretty much over, smart play coming out from Krimjaw there, but Anupama taking the victory and moving forward in this final bracket.
Yeah. So even though it was a bit of a boring game, it didn't need to go to 15 minutes, so that's good.
I mean, looks like we didn't even need the Divine Rapiers, not even the 10-minute mark. So that's going to be a relief. Hopefully, we won't see another Medusa
or
matchup.
Anti-Mage. The Anti-Mage
or Anti-Mage. I mean, come on. Anyway,
two main Anti-Mages today.
Yeah. So anyway, that'll be it for now. We'll be setting up the next game, which is also a very, very exciting game. It's going to be Nubalance's Panda versus Division Satan.
Yeah.
So it's going to be a very exciting game. We'll have to wait and see how that turns out.
It's going to be one of the best games of this tournament, I think. Even though it's not the finals or anything, it's 2 very high-skilled players going up against each other. I think it's going to be a really good game to watch.
Yeah, definitely, I agree. So I guess we'll let them set up and we'll get back to you soon.
Yeah.
best esports experience for the youth. SLT Esports Championship 2018. With the #1 fastest broadband network, Sri Lanka Telecom, enriched with 100 megabits per second. From the 2nd to the 4th of November at the Infotel exhibition premises at the PMICH. SLT Esports Championship 2018.
To match the speeds of life, you need an ultra-fast connection. Go up to 40 Mbps today. SLT 4G, driving you ever forward.